in, join in if you want to talk more about your procrastination and why you keep putting things off that you need to get done. Hi everyone, it's Dr. Ali doing a quick pop-in live. No, we're not outdoors today. We're not walking powerfully, wonderfully, but we are riding responsibly and consistently. So I decided to do an indoor live today. So I hope you pop in. I hope you enjoy. But most importantly, I hope you receive this information and not only just receive it, but actually utilize it and use it, right? Because this is for my folks out there who procrastinate a lot, which I think is almost everyone. I used to be a really big procrastinator. And sometimes I still dibble and dabble back into procrastination. But one thing I am is being aware of it. So the first thing I want to remind you is the real reason that you procrastinate is because you don't even realize you're procrastinating. And what is procrastination? Just keep putting things off, keep putting things off, things you need to get done, keep putting things off, putting things off. You know you want to write that book, you know you want to launch that business, you know you want to set those meetings, you want to set those schedules, those appointments. You don't want to have the conversation, serious conversation that you keep putting off and putting off. Or you tell me in the chat, what are you procrastinating about? Or what have you been procrastinating for a very long time about? Now, a lot of us do a lot of soul searching and deep internal introspective searching in terms of trying to figure out why am I not getting this stuff done, right? Especially when it's something that you know you want to get done. It came on top of your mind a while ago. You hear yourself saying, yeah, I need to get that done. But for some reason, you're still not getting it done. So I like to think about myself and why when I hit that procrastination stage, which happens, like I said, I'm not perfect. So I have my procrastinating times. But the key for me is identifying when it's happening and then having certain strategies I use to help me to get through them and get moving. But we're not going to talk about that right now. We're just going to talk about the real reason behind why we procrastinate. And the real reason I like to share with you that I feel procrastination has showed up in my life, and I've seen it happening with my clients over the darn near decade of working with clients and over 3, 4 decades of working with families in speech pathology or audiology or just education. A main reason we put off things is because we tend to lose our self-belief in ourselves and actually getting it done. So hi, I see you guys popping in. Hi, your hi does matter. And let me know what have you been procrastinating about. You know, the thing you keep putting off and putting off and putting off and putting off. It's a new year and yet we still didn't get that thing that we wanted to get done. It's a lot of reasons why people hire coaches, at least really good coaches, those that hire me, that have worked with me. I've helped them with, getting that whole procrastinating thing out of the way and just getting it done. And sometimes I literally had a phone call yesterday with one of my clients and just helping her to navigate through why she's been putting off the release of this book and how the blocks that keep showing up and how blocks can make you stop, right? And that gets into that self-worth, that self-love, that self-space of you or me. And I'm talking to myself. As I talk to me, I talk to you, okay? Is that all right? So a lot of things, reasons why I used to put things off is because I didn't see myself getting it done. Like I knew I wanted to get that thing done. I knew I wanted to write that book or launch that business or take care of some paperwork for Zachary. I know I need to get it done. But then I always tend to seem to think, can I get it done? Am I going to reach into a whole lot of blocks? So self-doubt tends to pop into my head. And then that next idea shows up. I don't know, call it ADHD, call it brain that moves 50 million times. There's always a whole bunch of other things that pops up. So that looking back at myself and looking at my self-worth and knowing that I can get it done, and then really zoning into the why I keep putting it off, why I keep putting it off. Hello, thanks for popping in, thanks for subscribing. If you're subscribed, of course you can say hi, it matters. Your hi does matter. It makes me smile every time I see it. So thank you. I appreciate you for popping in. I appreciate your hi. I appreciate you checking it message. I appreciate you sharing this message out with someone else who needs it. We all know procrastinators. We all know people who are putting things off and putting things off. And like I say, own it when it's you. Like I own it when it's me. I own it when it happens to me because it happens. Right? The key is just understanding what's the real reason behind it. And it varies. Right? So I wish I can tell you it's just one reason. Okay, this is the one reason why you procrastinate. Oh, you don't value yourself as much. No. You may value yourself or value who you are, but sometimes you just don't think and see how you can get it done. Like you miss the how. So when you can't see the how, you kind of just like, yeah, I just won't do it. I'll do something else. And that's what I think part of the reason of procrastination, besides 50 million other things that comes onto the list, that then that one thing loses its priority. So I think with life happening and so many things happening around us, we don't stop to prioritize what it is that we really want to get done. And then other things may just be more important than it, and that's okay. So it's understanding how important is this thing that I need to get done or need to complete, right? How will it make me feel once I get it completed? How does it add to my life? You know, how does it make things better? How can it make it worse if I don't? Right? So that has happened a lot of times when I procrastinated and then later on it came back in. I'm like, dang, this is a lot worse because I didn't do that thing. So stopping to really think about each thing that pops into your head, analyzing it and think, how important is this for me to actually get it done is the question I think we need to ask that. Like, how important is it to me? How will it change my life? Or how will it change the lives of those around me? Because sometimes it's not just for you, it's for others around you. So sometimes asking myself those questions helps me to move past the procrastination, or at least identify if I'm going to put it off for another year or if I'm going to just get it done. All right? But I'm a different type of human being. And I understand that. I'm a get it done type of chick. I like things completed. I like to see things checked off my to-do list, my to-done list, completed list. I like to call it completion list. So I have a whole different reframe of tasks and things I need to get completed. I don't think of things to get done. I'm just like, this needs to be complete. So I could remove it off the list and what? Blank. Add something else. Because life is full of lots of things else. So when we think we're not doing it because we don't want to do it, trust me, if you don't do that, you're going to get a lot of other things done. So prioritizing and just really understanding the importance of why is it that you want to get done. And sometimes it's not financial, it's not money, it's not physical. Sometimes it's totally spiritual. Like, I need to get this because I know it will just make me feel better. It'll make me feel more tapped in, more tuned in with myself. And as a result of that, that's going to lead to improvement of other things. So the real reason behind the procrastination is you. Sorry, but it's true. Somebody had to say it, but it's you. As I tell myself when I look in the mirror, I'm like, the real reason behind the procrastination is because of me. I'm not going to blame anyone else. I'm not going to say, oh, because they came in, or oh, other people put their things ahead of me, or oh, I put myself ahead. I put others ahead of me, but it's more me versus me, and not blaming others, but really looking within yourself and saying, it's your choice. Every day we get choices, and you get to stand boldly in your choice, or you get to displace your choice and just put it on someone else. A lot of us like to put it on other people. It's the safe way, and it's an easy way of getting out of it, and to keep procrastinating. But if you own it, like I've been telling myself, I want to get this done. Okay, I'm going to own it. I've been procrastinating completing Zachary's second book, Amazing Gift, The Journey from Acceptance to Independence. So we've done his first book, A Journey to Acceptance, Autism Acceptance. For those who do not know, I am an author of Amazing Gift. And we've been working on this second book at least for the last 2 years. Okay, last year, seriously. 2025, it was supposed to get done. I even have a cover. I have the inside. But sometimes also when we procrastinate is because we know something else is needed, so we're not quite ready yet. And that's okay. And that's the reason why that book wasn't completed, because he's still in the independent stage. He's still gaining his independence. He's still working through it, walking through it. So that's what we're going to allow ourselves for, is to just have that moment and make sure I support him and I support myself, because it's back on my list for this year. And we're going to get it done this year. Right? And I got my clients, my community, my internal folks helping me to support getting that completed, because it's not only for me, it's for him. It's, he benefits from it, and he gets to share his message, which is super important to me. So as I talk to you about procrastination, I'm really talking to me. I hope you got it. So, the thing about me is, I think I'm the anti-procrastination. That's mom calling, so I'm going to have to end this live. I got to talk to mama. I'm going to wrap this up. See you.